I do not want my face this big. So I decided to go to Came Up today, y'all. I don't know why. There we go. Can I make it smaller? Like, let me see what this one look like. Camera slide. Dynamic camera grid. What that mean? Sometimes I dream. Okay, we can do that. You have an obscure item in your layout. Are you sure you want to save? So this thing is beeping. It's so annoying. Oh gosh. Oh no, that's too small, too big. What? Where is the little one? I think this is the smallest it's gonna get. That's the smallest it's gonna get. I can do this too. So y'all gonna hear this beeping in my background because I don't know how to stop it. I don't know how to stop it from making that noise. I done try everything. It says ice off. Maybe it's this. Okay, that's off. I don't know. Oh my god. It's still doing it. I don't know what to do. I'm getting rid of it anyway. But the topic for today, y'all. And I know y'all love y'all pets. I made this topic up a few weeks ago when I was in my bag. Like I was tripping. I don't know. I still feel the same way, but I don't know if I have the same um enthusiasm to talk about this, but we're gonna get through it. Okay, because this is me practicing consistency. You feel me? Okay, so I know for y'all who love y'all pets, y'all love y'all pets. Oh my god, it's so annoying. I might have to go to another room. All right, I'm gonna hurry up. Y'all gonna hear the beeping in the beginning. I'm gonna go to another room after I'm done eating my I got like a half a spoonful of yogurt, and then I'm gonna go to another room. But oops, why is it not small again? Okay, but I know some of y'all love y'all pets. I know. Okay, I have actually two cats and three kittens. So, and when I say I have, that means they live in my home. They are not mine. They are not mine. Am I responsible for them according to, you know, laws and stuff, I guess? But they are not mine. Because we all know nothing on this earth no other living being should belong to you. As you can see, I own pots that have plants. Um, I can own the pot, right? It's just like this inanimate object, but the plant is a living being. Am I going too far? But I don't think you can own. I don't think you can own plants or animals. Just like you can't own other human beings. Remember, at some point, and this is why I wanted to kind of, bring it to, and what we're going to talk about today. At some point, people thought that depending on how intellectually advanced you were as a human being determined whether or not you deserved to be enslaved, deserve to be owned. So, what is a pet? Let's Google this. y'all think y'all really gonna hate me? Give me the definition of pet. Let's look it up. Okay. Webster. I'll do Webster today. Let me share my screen. What's if I don't like coming up? You know what? I'm going away. Let me see. How do I? Because I want y'all to see what I want y'all to see. All right. Oh no. This may be bigger. Where is it? Is this it? No. No. Where is Okay, you know what? I got an idea. There we go. So I'm about to share my screen. I gotta focus. I gotta focus. A pampered and usually spoiled child. Ah! Oh my God, what? Okay, so I'm learning something new right now. According to Webster, a pet is a pampered or spoiled child. A person who is treated with unusual kindness or consideration. A darling is a pet. Remember, y'all, we speak modern day English. We do not speak English of the founders of this nation, the founders of the language. And two, I guess this is the most recent or modern version, is a domesticated animal kept for pleasure rather than utility. Ooh, ooh. I'm just saying. I mean, if you're watching this, please make sure you hit the like, subscribe to the channel, share this video with as many people as you possibly can, and hit that notification so that you can make it to a live when I'm live. You feel me? So there you go. A domesticated animal. And I mean, for me, the term domesticated is so what's the word I'm looking for? Subjective, because there's nothing different for okay, so if you ever had a cat or a dog, I found a dog who like he chose me, okay? He chose me. But the person I was with at the time, um the dog did not like them at all, like at all. And he was a pit. But I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. When he looked into my eyes, when me and the dog looked into each other's eyes, I knew he was not going to like eat me. You get what I'm saying? But that dog would be considered quote unquote domesticated because he obviously came from another home. He was very obedient. And he understood commands and stuff like that, right? But is that enough to really to determine whether or not an animal is domesticated? I mean, what is domestication? And that's why we go on our rants of identifying words and looking up definitions of words, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to find out what domesticated means, because that is the main premises of owning these animals as, I guess, extensions of your family. But the way other animals are treated as extensions of your family seems very enslavement. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, so we're going to trust as to stroke in gentle or loving manner. Yeah. To treat with unusual kindness, to engage in a numerous event, embracing, caressing, and kissing. You know what this also kind of like tells me? Oh, there go synonyms. Let's look up synonyms. You know what this also tells me is animals, the kind that are not aggressive. So to me, and we'll look up the definition. Domesticated means animals that I can control, animals that will allow me to control them. I'm just saying. Synonyms: darling, fave, preference, favorite, speed, minute, what? Minium? Interesting. Minium. Y'all know. What is a minium? A servile dependent. Oh my God! A servile dependent follower or underling. This is what pet means. I'm not tripping. A pet is a dependent follower or underling. He's minion. You know what? Minion. I don't know why I thought they said minion. 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 Here it go, right here. See, this is what happens when you try to learn Spanish. So trying to read words after attempting to learn Spanish is very painful. The English language is very disrespectful to all languages. I'm just saying. Okay. One, highly favored, or a subordinate. That's what minion is. Minion, not minion, minion, minion. Which is weird because if this word is minion, wouldn't it have like an accent? I'm just saying. Anyway, so let me go back. So that's what minion, fave, preference, favorite, or speed. Speed. Why would speed be in there? Speed is synonymous with pet, rate of motion, velocity, the act of or state of moving swiftly, swiftness. I'm confused. A transmission gear, someone or something that appeals to one's taste. I'm just saying. Also, a related stimulant, drug, or especially in amphetamine. Prosperity and an understanding. What? Methamphetamine? A drug? All right, you know what? This is getting really strange. But anyway, the term pet in itself is a little peculiar. As you can see, its synonyms are a little strange. Let me see if I can find. Y'all, all right, let me stop sharing. And so what I'm about to also do, right, is look up let me do that right now before I forget. Look up domesticate. And I'll just put it in the thesaurus, the Merriam-Webster's search, since I'm already here. Okay. Share my screen. If you guys disagree with me, don't be afraid to say so. Just say it in the chat. Say it in the comments below. If you're watching this on replay, share your thoughts. If you're saying like, no, you're wrong. This is totally different. I mean, I'm gonna show y'all why this is modern day. You know, I don't know. This is sick to me. Owning other living things for your satisfaction, whether you are like me and you say, you know what, I want to make sure that I don't get any mice, right? You own another living thing. You've captured it or bought it Someone captured it or the mother of it, right? For it to exist in your care. You have this thing. Sometimes they run away. Oh, let's process the idea of them running away. If an animal loves you so much and that is your companion, why would it run away? I'm just saying. Maybe it's trying to get to its natural habitat. And so if it's trying to get to its natural habitat, is it really domesticated? Has it been brainwashed enough? No. They always yearn like any other living thing who's capable of yearning. They yearn to be free. I'm just saying. You don't gotta hear me out. You don't gotta believe me. Just hear me out. To bring into use, this is domesticate. To bring into use in one's own country, to bring into domestic use. To adopt. To adapt an animal or plant over time from a wild or natural state. See how they conflate wild with natural? Child. State, especially by selective breeding, to life in close association with and to the benefit of humans. The benefit of humans. I'm just saying, if we process the things that we experience in our lives, if we really just sit down and start thinking about stuff, don't judge me, y'all. Don't judge me. I mean, I'm trying not to judge people who own pets. That's all I'm saying. All right. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? To cause to become adapted into life in a household. To make fit for domestic life. Pay attention. Okay. So, and here's the last one. This is so depressing. And I'm going to say this in my hood voice because I don't know where this other voice is coming from. This is so depressing. I'm just saying. To bring to the level of ordinary people. So we've taken these amazing creatures, whether they are iguanas, whether they are, what's some little things called? The little hamsters, snakes, rabbits. I've seen it all. Dogs, cats, mice, birds. Oh, birds break my heart so bad. Seeing a bird who has wings meant to fly. Picture this. You have legs to walk, right? You have legs. And some evil creature comes and sticks you in a cage so small you can never walk again. You can never walk again. That's what a cage is. Okay. We're going to move on to the next thing. Let me stop sharing real quick because I really want y'all to get this. I really want y'all to get this. I'm going to look up enslavement. Is a pet a slave? I'm sure somebody's asked this question before. So let's kind of look it up. Oh, let me tell y'all. What is slavery? Because see, you got to be careful how you ask these questions. What is slavery? Definition. Let's look up the definition of slavery. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. The state of being enslaved, or they say a slave, but the practice or system of owning a condition compared to that of a slave in respect of exhausting labor or restricted freedom. Restricted freedom. Restricted freedom. Are pets, do pets have restricted freedom? When you leave out to go wherever you go, and you leave your dog or your cat or your whatever animal in the house for hours, hours, 4, 5, 8, 12 hours for those who work 12-hour shifts. You want to go get a beer after an 8-hour work day, you come back. Maybe you get somebody to walk the pet. But are they living the best life that they could possibly live if they were not a pet? See, the thing I learned is, okay, I mean, let me move now so I won't have to hear that beeping. Hold on, y'all. Okay. The thing I learned is that words are used almost like a weapon, like a weapon of manipulation. That's what words are. I got this new camera set up. I'm gonna try to use it someday. I don't know how, but I'm gonna try. All right. Words are powerful because humans understand words. We correlate, intelligence with how you use words and what capacity you use words. Um, and the influence those words have on people. Oh my God, I can still hear it. What? I might have to go upstairs. I might have to go. Y'all know I let it sing. Okay, so anyway. Words are powerful. And if we don't pay attention to the how words are used to manipulate and to um, maintain power and control, we'll always be manipulated in some way. We'll always be on the receiving end of the manipulation. Okay. So we know the term pet now. We kind of understand that it is this almost coddling of sorts, over stimulating this this overstimulating love. And remember, this is all selfishness. That animal did not ask to be in your life. When you got that animal as a puppy, or kitten or whatever baby, it did not ask to be in your life. It didn't. And so you call them babies. You call them babies. Maybe you do little things for them, give them the best store-bought food. Maybe you give them put coats and little jackets on them and gloves, and I seen all kinds of crazy stuff. Put them in little baskets. But those animals, as we are animals, those living beings, Did not ask for that. They didn't. And the moment they try to break away, show signs of freeing their minds and physically being free, what happens? They get caught by SPCA or some group. What is it called? I forgot the name. But they get caught by some group to control the bad apples. They're not bad. They're searching for freedom. They're searching for freedom. You want to know why? What I think the domestication came from, this whole idea of owning other living things, is because humans are always seeking validation and always afraid of what is more powerful than them. I'm just saying. And as you read, they bred them. Let's talk about breeding during slavery. Breeding during farms during slavery. Slave breeders favored women slaves who could have large numbers of children. As with other livestock, breeders tried to improve the health and productivity of their slaves. Breeders were approached in slave states because slaves were considered to be less than human, thus had no human rights. So we treat these animals the way they are treated, or we do what we want with them. We lock them in the house all day. We, feed them this crappy food. And I'm going to show y'all about this whole food situation. They tell you, oh, you got to get your animal the best cat products, the best dog products, the best mouse products, the whatever. Hamster food, you got to get the best. Buy them from us. Don't ever feed them table food. Well, what did they eat before? When did we get here? And this part I've looked up already with a lot of other things. I looked this part up already and I was flabbergasted on what I found. But yes, so the breeding, what was the breeding process like? I wonder. Uh-oh. Let's see who that is. Okay. So I wonder, let's see what the breeding process was like. And you tell me if this sounds familiar. Let me stop sharing. Let me see how were treated breeding plantations in the South in the United States. I want to watch a video, but I can't stay monetized and watch someone else's video. Can I? Maybe I can watch clips of it. How were female slaves punished? How many plantations were in the South? I'm looking for something very specific. Okay. Forced reproduction manifested itself in the emphasis of what enslavers deemed healthy and strong. That's why we have different breeds of dogs. Okay, let's look up instead of human slavery, human breeding, let's look up animal breeding. Is it ethical? Dog breeding is unethical and unnecessary. The ASPCA. Here we go. I was trying to say this word. This acronym. position statement on criteria of responsible breeding. These breeders reject the practices of commercial breeders. What is ethical breeding? Ethical breeding means more than prioritizing the health and well-being of the parents and their puppies. It also sounds the importance of breed. Are dog breeders bad? Negative effects of dog breeding. Dog breeding. This is PETA. Dog breeding is cruel and irresponsible, especially given the extensiveness of companion animal overpopulation. Even in that word, companion animal, I'm trying to explain to y'all. I don't know if I'm doing a good job. That these so-called companions are forced to be our companions. For whatever reason we have, maybe we're lonely, miserable fucks who don't know how to have friends. And so we need something to make us feel whole. Make us feel like we're not in this world alone. I don't know. I don't know why people decide on having pets. Maybe we want to terrorize or make other people feel terrified by just stepping at our door. We use them as alarm systems. We use them as security, right? Some people use these animals to frighten others, to harm others, to protect themselves. But the only way you can get something vicious to protect you is you have to brainwash it, aka domesticate it. And the reason I say this is so wrong is because there is a direct correlation with the enslavement of African and indigenous people. Direct correlation. You're not human. So therefore, I can dictate your life from beginning to end. I may treat you well. I may not treat you well. And there are laws that protect me. There are laws that allow me to do things with you. Sometimes if I don't want to follow a law, I just break it. I'm not, you have to be on a leash. Oh, well, that's more humane, right? Not being on a leash. No, them being free is more humane. But what would happen if all these so-called pets were free? What would happen? Humans would be petrified, myself included. Humans would be petrified because you don't know. Once they form packs, for some animals, or once they get out and just roam on their own like snakes, you don't know the good from the bad. You don't know what they're capable of when they're hungry or scared or fearful, angry, protective. And so to maintain a level of dominance, which for some reason humans are obsessed with, maintaining control, dominance, power, you have to domesticate them. And the best way to do it is to get them young, fresh, newborn. Sounds like chattel slavery to me. Sounds like trafficking at its finest. What humans do best. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay. So if that wasn't enough, if you still don't understand how powerful, how we should be thinking about the things that we do and how powerful our influence is on the rest of nature, on the rest of the world around us. And I'm not talking about buildings, I'm talking about nature. Nature. And don't get me wrong, listen, I am not a person who says, oh, we shouldn't eat meat and poor animals. No, that's crazy. Lions eat meat, I don't know. I wonder how. Probably 50% or more, maybe less, of animals are predators. Let's find out. Side note, what percent of animals oops, eat meat, eat other animals? And we have to also remember there are plants that eat animals. Okay, here's the statistic. So I'm not telling you not to eat meat. I'm not telling you to hug a tree. I mean, that would be nice. But then you be invading another animal's home. And so whatever happens, happens. I'm just saying. But what I am saying is if you truly want to, for those who are like, you know, kind of gravitate more toward natural way of living, remember that nothing belongs to you. Nothing on this earth belongs to you. And if you can try and live life in that way, the real balance will come. And that real balance doesn't put us at the top. It doesn't put us at the top. And I think that's what humans are afraid of. And when I say humans, I mean humans. This don't have nothing to do with anybody's physical appearance, nothing about their genetic makeup, whether they have high levels of melanin, no levels of melanin. This has nothing to do with that. This has not like it, whether or not you are an ancestor of a extraterrestrial or ancestor of a freaking what do they call them things? Uh caveman, whatever they were supposed to be. This is saying, pay attention. Pon atención, por favor. Like, you really need to wake up. Wake up. Pet owners, wake up. Look at that animal. Does that animal look sad to you? Or do that animal want to be free? Are you stopping it from its freedom? I'm just saying. Some animals, like humans, like some humans, because we're animals too. We don't want to believe it, but we are. Some humans like to come and go. Some humans like to stay put, but let it be on their own admission. The survey suggests that across animals, carnivory or carnivory, I don't know. Listen, the semantics of it all is the most common, including 63% of species. Another 32% are herbivorous, while humans belong to a small minority. Just 3% of omnivorous animals. So we can go both ways. 63% of Earth's animals, and if you add us who are omnivorous animals, so that makes 66% of animals devour other animals. God damn. I'm just saying. So the point I'm trying to make is it's a part of survival for 66% of the Earth's population of species to survive off of eating other animals. And then that 32% is eating another form of life, because plants are forms of life. Bugs and insects are forms of life. So 100% of the animal or the species on this earth eat forms of life. Whether you're at the bottom of the sea eating freaking algae, algae is a form of life. And so the question is, who determines what life is more valuable than another's? When did it become our job to determine what lives are more valuable than others? And as you can see throughout history, we're always getting it the fuck wrong. Always getting it wrong. So when you have your pet, when you're jogging with a leash on this animal's neck, or when you're tapping the glass of your pet ants or termites or whatever, crickets or whatever the hell you got going on, remember that that life, just like yours, holds value, as much value as yours. Would you want to be enslaved the entire life? Your entire life be owned by some other species on this earth? Or would you take your chances in the world around you, in the real world, free? People say, oh, animals can't survive without us. They can, and they do. They show us every day. Our pets can't survive. They're too domesticated. That is a lie. All right. Let's find out what animals ate. Let's see. What did pets eat before pet food? And I gotta share my screen. Sorry, y'all. I don't even know what this AI. Oh, AI overview. Ooh, child. That's a whole nother story. Okay. Let me share my screen. Okay. According to AI overview, scary shit. Before the Industrial Revolution, dogs ate whatever their humans had on hand, including meat, fat, animal organs, grains, dairy, fruits, and vegetables. For example, early Romans fed farm dogs barley bread soaked in milk and meat scraps. European royalty fed hunting hounds large vats of dog stews containing grains, vegetables, and some meat. Wealthy dog owners fed their dogs stews full of vegetables and grains and meat, while peasant dogs ate their owner's diet, which consisted of potatoes and boiled cabbage. This has got to be in Europe, bitch. Oh yeah, they said European royalty. Okay, Europeans and Romans, bitch. They don't say anything about Egyptians. Because we know Egyptians really value their pets, quote unquote. What did Egyptians eat their cats? And this goes to show you that like the ownership of things, species, other species, is old as human life. That's something to ponder. Cats rule in Egypt. Egyptians believed cats were magical creatures capable of bringing good luck to the people who housed them. Okay. Ancient Egypt online. I want to know what they ate, how they were treated. Okay, let's see. The ancient Egyptians were respectful towards the animals they shared their world and associated many of them with deities, positive human characteristics. However, no animal was held in such esteem as the cat. Cats were closely connected to a number of gods and goddesses, and there is evidence that they were considered to be demigods in their own right. You are the great cat, the avenger of the gods, and the judge of words, and the president of the sovereign chiefs and governor of the holy circle. You are indeed the great cat. That was quoted by, I guess, the Valley of the Kings. As a primarily agrarian society, agrarian society, the ancient Egyptians had a distinct problem with mice, rats, and snakes, all of whom threatened the grain stores. Again, this is all about me, 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 me. Listen. It is thought that the ancient Egyptians learned that wild cats preyed on these scavengers and so began to leave out food such as fish heads to tempt the cats to visit them regularly. This suited the cats perfectly, as being close to human settlements not only provided them with a ready supply of food, the vermin and the food left by humans, but also help them to avoid larger predators. As this symbiotic relationship developed, cats were welcomed indoors and eventually consented to move in with their human friends and rear their kittens in the safety of the home. Pay attention. Oh my God. Oh my God. The Egyptians are an example of the relationship that is supposed to take place. I mean, they lured them in to help them, but they did not keep them. It was up to the cat's own decision to live with them, obviously, because it benefited them. And so both parties consented in a way that you can do without speaking the same language. I'm just saying. I'm just I'm just saying. What time is it? Okay. Let's continue. Their diet changed somewhat as they were provided. Okay. Their diet changed somewhat as they were provided with food by grateful humans and breeding programs. Oh, excuse me. Heightened certain characteristics in the formerly wild animals. Here we go. Humans can never be satisfied. The ancient Egyptians even hunted with their cats, a seemingly amazing feat of cooperation with an animal renowned for its stubborn individualism. Oh, excuse me, renowned. Most importantly, they loved and respected their cats for being playful and affectionate companions, but also highly intelligent and skillful predators. During the New Kingdom, I guess like when the Romans came and finally were able to infiltrate the Egyptian empire, cats often appear in tomb paintings along with their human families. People were often depicted on hunting trips with their cats. These scenes should not necessarily be taken at face value. The family are often wearing their best clothes and expensive jewelry, not the best attire for a hunting trip. Rather, these fishing and fowling scenes represent the triumph of order over chaos. The cat is depicted as restraining or controlling a wild bird and so acts as an agent of order, as well as perhaps providing divine protection for the members of the family. Pay attention. Pay attention. I have an actual a story before I end this live. And I remember when the cat that lives with me, that I allowed to live in my home, and this is probably not by choice. I'm telling you, this is not by choice. They were born, and then we got them way before they were even supposed to be separated from their parents. And so I've always lived with this like, these cats are loyal as I don't know what, because they we got them so young. So it's like it's like adoption, you know? And we got them when they were so young. And when she had her babies, when my girl cat had her babies, or when she was pregnant with them, I remember she kept pulling my leg one day. And I'm like, what's going on? She's just pulling me. And I had to figure out what was going on with her. And she was telling me she was getting ready to give birth. And she wanted me to sit with her. And I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. You know, I was all happy and everything. Because she's not really affectionate most of the time. And I felt so honored. But then I had to think about it like, she has no one else. That girl loves me. My girl cat loves me. Luna, her name is Luna, loves me because she has no one else to love. There was no one else when she was born. No one else except her sibling, who is annoying as fuck. And or her half sibling, whatever he is to her. I don't know. But her babies, they don't. It took her babies. Number one, the relationship, and I purposely did this. I wanted her to be there for her babies. I refused to separate her from her children. So that leaves an issue. But I refused to separate her from her children. And until a certain point, obviously they're gonna have to go at some point. But watching her nurture her babies, I could never nurture them the way she nurtures them. And in doing that, in her being there as a mother for her children, her babies are less clingy to human affection than she was. I'm just saying. Like, it's crazy. The idea that we think that animals, so-called pets, we just take an animal and enslave its mind, manipulate it, and trap it in some house and call it a pet. And watching them kind of like move as a family shows me that they can survive without us. They don't need us. We need them. They tolerate us. They grow to depend on us because we make them feel like that's the only way they can get their food. Stop feeding your cat and open the door. See what happens. It's a thing called natural instinct. And they have it. They will never lose it. Never lose it. No matter how many times you try to breed it out of them, they will never lose it. I'm just saying. So keep that in mind. I'm not trying to convince anybody to not have companions, animals as companions, but just consider what you're doing. It's correlation or relationship to enslavement. And remember that none of those animals need you to survive. They don't need you. You need them. Okay? All right, you guys. Make sure that you like this video, subscribe to my channel, share this video with as many people as you possibly can, and hit that notification. I will see you next live. Be here next Thursday. If not, always catch that replay. And until next time, peace.